Hi everyone, Poppascotch here. I just wanted to jump in real quick and give you all a trigger warning that this episode will feature discussions about suicide. The game Cry of Fear discusses and depicts instances of mental breakdown that lead to suicide in several endings of the game. If you or someone you know is experiencing thoughts or a crisis, please reach out to the Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 800-273-8255 or text HOME to the crisis text line at 741-741. In the U.S., you can also call or text 988. These services are completely free and confidential. We love you. Thanks for listening. Here's the episode.
Are you kidding me? The guy asked for something spooky.
Is it a gun that sucks balls?
I'm the farting demon in this relationship.
I'd be an awesome rich person.
You're both just an embarrassment.
God, I'm awesome.
We're talking Tom Hanks and his vehicle.
Yeah, I had my finger in my mouth waiting for you to finish.
You gotta get 4 balls or something?
Like dick piercings?
No, you know damn well I'm fucking that demon.
Still sexy. How could that be close and not be
Yeah,
right?
just kill some random dude.
His wishes.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Plotty Time, the podcast where we three gamers discuss video game stories in detail, necessary and appropriate backlash. On one side of the table, we have Chump Slap.
You just shit in the one apple pie that knows how to shit back.
And on the other side of the table, Dr. Syintist.
We have enough water for the summer now. Fuck it. Let's smoke some weed.
My name is Poppascotch, and as I always say, weaseling out of things is important to learn. It's what separates us from the animals. Except the weasel. Welcome to Plotty Time.
Pauly Shore reference.
You know, as I started, it's been a while since I did this research, and as I started reading it, I'm like, which Pauly Shore movie? Oh, I kept going. Because he's the weasel.
Right.
But speaking of the weasel, Dr. Syintist, what have you been playing, watching, doing? What's going on with you, weasel?
Not much. Back to you. No,
Oh, cool.
I could have sworn Chump Slap used that quote already, but...
No, I asked you guys last week if I used it.
Oh, man, that's why I thought about it.
Yeah, that's. I do remember hearing it recently. That makes sense.
All I did this week, I finished watching Warehouse 13.
All of it?
Well, the last season of it, yeah. Again. I mean, it wasn't the first time I saw it. The last season is kind of disappointing because I think they realized they were canceled and had to finish it quickly.
Phoned it in.
Oh, those are always a bummer.
Yeah. I mean, it's still good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I watched Nope.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
It's good. It's okay. I don't know. I didn't really think it was scary at all.
No, I didn't think either, but I liked it.
Yeah,
I liked it a lot.
It was a different take on things. And did we ever? Oh, well, then I'm not going to ruin it for you asking the question, but it's good.
Maybe I'll watch it next week.
It's not as good as his other movies.
Oh, really?
I don't think so.
That's a bummer.
And I'm still not exactly sure, Poppascotch, but why is the monkey in there at all?
I think it was, I watched some YouTube videos about this because I didn't quite get it either. But it's something about you can't tame a predator.
Oh.
Which is kind of what he tried to do when he was older with the thing at the thing. I don't want to give you too many details if Chump Slap hasn't seen it.
I mean, is a monkey really a predator? Whatever.
Yeah, monkeys will rip your face off.
Yeah, but that doesn't make him a predator.
They predatorize humans. That's a word.
Predate?
Nope. Predatorize.
Predatorize.
Predatorize sounds like something you shouldn't do to something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it sure does. I'm going to look up if that's a word. I hope it is.
He's arrested for predatorizing. Predatorize. That's all I really watched this week. But I did play a game called Witchwood.
Oh, getting into spooky
Witchwood.
season.
Yeah, Wytch Wood.
That sounds familiar. I'm assuming it's an indie game of some
Yes, and there's no way you played it because it takes more than 3 seconds to platinum.
sort.
Oh, shots fired, man.
So I played like 2 hours of Guilt.
Is that a Stadia game?
It sure is. Stadia exclusive, baby.
I thought so. But no, this one is like you kind of like wake up with amnesia. 'Cause every game starts out in the world. But you run into this talking goat and he's like, "Oh, I made a deal with you and you got to pay up." And he's like, "You got to go catch these souls for me," whatever.
Oh.
And then you do witch stuff, like you get reagents and make things, and it's kind of fun. Gets redundant after a while when you need like 30 Eyes of Newt. But,
Right.
but to catch the newts, you have to kill 30 chickens. And it's just, well, it's never
So you
that
have to
bad.
kill 900 chickens?
Yeah, at least.
It's a lot of chickens.
Well,
Damn.
it is a witch. No, you
It's
don't.
true. It is a witch.
Oh, that makes sense, guys.
Yeah, now I get it.
Poppascotch, famous knower of witches.
Yeah, sure. My witch knowledge is deep.
But yeah, it's not that bad. It's more of hyperbole than anything, but it's kind of fun going around trying to beat these evil souls and get them to wake up this sleeping girl.
Oh, so it's like a Sleeping Beauty thing.
It's very much like
witches.
a Sleeping Beauty thing without the...
Oh, there was a witch in Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is that the one with the dwarves? Yeah.
Snow White.
Yeah.
Which had a witch in it too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they all have evil witches or evil stepmothers.
Sleeping Beauty is the one in the glass casket.
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch any of those old Disney cartoons restored? Like Fantasia or any of those?
It's weird.
It is weird. It feels weirder. Like it really does. But it looks really pretty.
Like just how the animation's more smooth and shit? Or?
It seems like it's misogynistic almost. I don't know.
Oh, you're talking about like the stories and shit.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Well, I don't know if that's what Poppascotch was talking about.
Oh, no, I was talking about just watching like the Blu-rays of the remasters. They look very pretty.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Well, yeah, Sleeping Beauty is just some weird dude kisses a sleeping chick.
Yeah, basically.
What the fuck?
He's never met before, and he just comes across, ooh.
Yeah, he's like, oh, she's sleeping. She won't know anything.
It's very frat guy in a college vibes.
And I think in the original story, she's like 14.
Yeah.
And he's 37, yeah.
It's like...
He's 86?
Mm-hmm.
In the original one.
I always think of the Neil Gaiman story, Smoke and Mirrors.
Don't know that
Where
one.
it tells the tale of Sleeping Beauty from the witch's side.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That sounds neat.
It's pretty good.
I'm sure it is. Neil Gaiman's pretty badass.
Yeah. But that's all I did this week. What about you, Poppascotch? What'd you play? Tell us the 13 platinums you got this week.
I just got 1 platinum this week because I numbed Ratchet and Clank, which I'm pretty sure I didn't say yet.
No.
I didn't even know you
That's a
finished
real
it.
game. Congrats.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it. Yeah, it was good. I really liked it. I really liked it a lot.
You should play the other 7 games.
Are they on PS5 too?
I don't know.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure the collections are on PS4.
There's a PS5 2 already?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Told you it was not worth it getting the PS5.
Yeah, good call.
No, it was really good. I liked it a lot more than I thought I would. I wanted to just shit on it and convince Dr. Syintist he doesn't need to get a PS5, but I was wrong. It was great.
Yeah.
I would have played it anyway. I love Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah. Well, soon enough.
Yeah, when you get a PS5, there's this game waiting for you because it's great.
I'll take your word for it.
And I also fucked around a little bit more in Shredder's Revenge. That's kind of really all I did.
Oh, you didn't play any other of the
football F and the baseball B.
Not this week. Next week, 1 or 2 might
They're
pop
in the
up.
pipeline.
Nice.
Yeah, you got to follow the queue. I just finished Ratchet and Clank, So
That's fair.
got to see what big game's coming up next. Might be the Sheet P. I don't know. I don't know. Or the Slovak Run. We'll see how it goes, guys.
That sounds racist.
I know, right?
It does, but that's the game. That's the game, and it's just, from what I understand, a game where you run across the screen and you hit X to jump, and all of the trophies are based on how far you go, but it's cumulative.
So you just do it over and over again.
Yes, you just do it over and over again, and every time, the further you get in the map, the faster it goes.
So it's like jump 5,000 feet.
Yeah, and it takes maybe 8 to 12 minutes to platinum it.
Oh, so one dookie and you're done.
One dookie and you're done. That's how I love them.
My favorite kind of games. One Duke
This
games.
platinum takes longer than me to take a shit. It's not worth my time.
Good stuff.
But Shredder's Revenge is good. It's just that it's getting repetitive. It's a beat 'em up.
Yeah, and you can only play through it so many times.
Yeah, beat 'em ups are like the candy of video games for me. Like, I always want it, and then I play it, and I'm done in a second, and I'm like, okay, that was good.
And then your belly hurts afterwards.
Yeah, and then you just feel like shit for 2 days. That's about right.
Yep.
But what did I watch? I was on the road this week, so I watched a lot of TV stuff.
Ooh.
I started watching the final season of Ozark because I hadn't seen that yet. I got like 3 or 4 episodes in. I don't know if either of you guys have seen it.
No.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, shake your head.
So, yeah, watching that. It's good so far. We'll see where it goes. I feel like I've watched every season up till now, so why not?
Yeah, you might as well finish it out.
Finish it out. I also watched Inventing Anna,
I think I've seen
which was
that.
fun.
Who's in
It was
there?
fun. Julia Garner, the girl from Ozark.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, it was the story of a wealthy supposedly wealthy Russian heiress who conned a lot of people into giving her free hotel stays and never paid bills.
Oh, that sounds awesome. I want to do that.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. She was pretty cool. But it was pretty decent. It was done really well. And then I watched The Bear. Have you guys seen this one?
That's the one with Lip from...
Yep.
What the hell's the name of that show?
Shameless.
There you go.
I knew it was a show I didn't see. I was trying to think of it.
I saw the first episode.
It gave me anxiety.
Yeah?
Like everyone's moving around fast and yelling.
Oh, that's what it's like in a kitchen, dude.
No, thank you.
Yeah, tell me about it. It sucks.
Everyone's always yelling at each other and screaming about stuff and throwing stuff on the floor.
It's a good time.
Who needs it?
Yeah.
Who needs it?
Apparently I do.
But the show was really great. I liked it.
Yeah.
I watched the second season.
All right.
But that's all I did. How about you there, Sir Chump Slap? What are you playing, watching, doing? What's going on with you?
Well, I'm still playing Horizon Forbidden West because that takes a while. It's more than one Duke.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
a multi-duker.
Yeah, plenty Dukes.
I hear you. Lots of Dukes. Duking left and right.
Yeah, it's fun. I like it. I just stumbled upon the races. Those don't look like fun.
Oh. That sounds terrible for that game.
Yeah, you're on the... Yeah, it's annoying.
You have to beat 4 of them to get a really sweet bow. But the only one that ever really gave me problems was the last one. The rest are pretty easy.
Are there only 4 of them?
Yeah, it's only 4.
No.
But do you really need the sweet bow?
Sweet bows are pretty sweet. I just found out you can get 3 different kind of ammos in bow. I was like, what? Why am I even leveling up these other shitty bows?
Yep, that's a mistake I made as well.
Yeah, it's annoying. And why did nobody tell me you could turn off the pickup animation?
Oh, you didn't know that? Yeah.
That's so fucking sweet. What a great thing.
Yeah, and in the accessibility settings, you can, like, put it out so they glow on your map.
Yeah, I don't like
the
that.
resources.
I put the climb holds always glow because that's annoying.
Oh, trying to find a place you could think you can do.
Yeah, you think you can climb up, and it's like you can't climb up that. It's like whatever. But
Well, there you go. I mean, it's not like it's a climbing-based game. You know, if you have that on once in a while, I think that's legit.
yeah, but then like if you turn off the pickup animation, you could like pick shit up underwater that would normally kill you. It'd take longer to pick it up. It's fucking weird.
Well, eventually you can just survive underwater, so...
I assume so because there's underwater caves and shit, and I died a couple of times trying to get into them.
Nice.
But watch some movies.
How many Pauly Shore movies did you watch? 4 or 5?
All the movies.
I think that's 5. That's why I stopped at 5.
Yeah. No, I watched this one called Raven's Hollow. I believe it's a Shudder original.
Sounds like it.
I have heard of it.
It's Edgar Allan Poe. He's a West Point cadet, and he's just like walking with his crew. They come upon this mutilated body.
Is it set in the 1800s?
Yeah, it's set back in the day. Mm-hmm. And they come into this fucking community that's all fucked up, and there's this strange creature that's killing people and stuff. And it makes it look like, like, oh my God, there's so many references to like his poems and stories and stuff in it. It's like, this is what motivated him to write. And it was all because of this one West Point trip. It was pretty stupid, but it was a fun movie. But I don't know. I really can't recommend it.
Would you say it was like a perfect 4, a mediocre 5? What are we talking here?
I'd say a 3.4.
A 3.4.
Yeah.
Okay.
So don't waste your time unless you got nothing else to watch.
Sure.
Like this second movie I watched called Frankenhooker. This is a classic
Sure.
oldie from the 80s.
Oh, a classic.
Yeah.
Everyone's heard of it.
Well, it's a 80s trauma film, so that should tell you everything you need to know.
I think I've seen it, but it was so long ago.
Yeah, this guy's girlfriend gets fucked up by a lawnmower, so then he goes to a bunch of sex workers and tries to piece her back together like a Frankenstein.
Did you see this movie before?
No. He makes this drug that would kill them, and he's like, yeah, I could just do this. And then he just like justifies like he's not killing them that way if they're doing the drug and dying. But when you do the drug, you explode.
Well,
So he just has like a room full of prostitutes that explode. And he puts them together to make a Frankenstein.
huh.
It's not good, but I don't know.
It's a trauma film.
Yeah.
It was never trying to be good.
Exactly. It's a okay watch. The guy's really fucking weird, so you might dig that.
Okay. Dope.
Let's see what else I watch. I watched this movie called Yummy.
Youngie? Spell it.
Yummy. Yummy.
Oh, I thought you said youngie, like a young man.
Oh no, this is Yummy. It's about this couple that the wife's trying to get breast reduction surgery, so they cheap out on like a plastic surgeon, and they go to like this weird fucking place, and it turns out that there's zombies in there. And then it becomes a zombie film and really gory and stupid. But I don't know. It was worth a watch. I'd give it a 4.6.
So better than the other two?
Oh yeah, I think it's the
4.6 is the best movie I watched this week.
yeah, man. They were not that good.
Maybe he's leading up to something. He's got 9 more movies to talk about.
Not this week.
Okay.
Sorry. All you got for me is Yummy. Go check it out, because
It's the best movie you saw this week.
Absolutely, 100% honesty from this team right here.
you got that right.
Yeah, man, it's getting into spooky season. We're just starting to watch spooky movies.
I know.
So I'm going to have a lot to talk about in the movie department.
I feel like it's getting harder and harder to find new stuff on streaming.
It really is.
Unless you want to watch bad things.
Yeah.
The problem now is that I'm not paying attention enough, so I'll see like the weekly release schedule and everything that's coming out, but it's like everything between Hollywood blockbusters and like what is straight to streaming crap that someone made by themselves. So I never have any idea what's good or what's not unless it's something like Nope where it's huge.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't.
Like Hocus Pocus 2 or something.
Yeah, there's enough ads for that. And Smile.
You remember there was that second tier, which was some of them were in the movie theater, some of them were on straight to video. But it's like a good, nice, not a terrible movie, but that was a fun watch. That midsection.
Yeah.
I don't know where that is anymore. I lost it.
I don't think it exists.
They're all equal now.
It's too risky.
It's too risky.
Yeah, you either have to make a blockbuster that you know is going to make $50 million, or you spend $1,000 on the budget and hope it does something. Those are the two options you have.
Damn, I think you're right. You should be an executive producer.
I know. Time to release your zombie movie, Poppascotch.
It's like when you say that, it makes it real, and now I'm sad.
Well,
that's probably how.
Spoiler: it was always real.
Yeah, it's the way it's always been.
The bad movies were inside us the whole time.
All right, so then let's go to video game news / stuff.
Throw some news at us.
Throw some news at us today. What are you really trying to say?
So I'm trying to mix this up a little bit more, make it a little bit more conversational, and make it so I don't have to research a bunch of news every week. So
That's fair.
for video game news / stuff, I'm going to bring up either news or gaming topics, just kind of get the temperature check from you guys.
All right, yeah, just toss them out there. See what's going on.
Okay, so I forgot this game. Well, okay, you know what? We got to start with the biggest news that happened to gaming the last couple of weeks.
What
which
is
was
that?
The GTA 6 hack.
Oh, that's not what I was thinking.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the stadium.
So did
news.
I.
Are you kidding? That doesn't happen for another 2 weeks. What are you talking about?
All right, edit that out.
All right, GTA hack.
Yeah, that's real shitty, I guess.
Yeah, I just thought it was wild. I mean, even if you don't care about the game, the fact that it is such a big budget game and such a huge leak,
Yeah,
like
but it
nothing like
wasn't-
this has ever happened before.
It was just like, didn't the kid just like ask about it on boards and shit and got information that way? Like, didn't hack anything.
No, I think they hacked the same way that Uber got hit, where it was like, no, it wasn't Uber, it was somebody else. But they infiltrated their company Slack.
Oh, okay.
And Slack is not like a server-based thing that you have at your organization. It's like a cloud-based thing. So if someone gets into your company thing and you're sharing a bunch of proprietary company information,
Right.
it's gone because it's on Slack.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
if someone hacks it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not secure. So that's how this person got in. They just got in on their chat, on their Slack, and just started downloading everything people posted.
Yeah.
But, I don't want to go into detail about all the stuff that happened, but it was huge, and Rockstar confirmed it, and all the notices went out, and to take down all the info, and it was way too late. Everybody saw it already.
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it.
I didn't want to look at it.
I also
in case
don't
I didn't
care.
want to play it. I do want to play it.
I mean, it's shitty for all the people who worked on it, and now they're going to have to...
Not change anything.
Yeah, Rockstar came back and said, we're continuing to make the game as we were. And it's like, well, yeah, what else are they going to do?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they got to change something. Wasn't it the source code and shit? There's going to be 1 million hacks worth the day it comes out.
Well, they don't know. So I don't know if you guys have been following this story at all, but apparently they caught the guy that did it.
Yeah, I saw that.
But there was an unsubstantiated rumor that they ended up selling the source code because Rockstar wouldn't pay to get it back.
Oh,
so it might be out there, it might not be, but the leak obviously is real and did happen.
Yep, they should persecute him to the full extent of the law.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool that a bunch of developers like Remedy, I remember Remedy specifically, but a bunch of them released like pre-alpha builds of their games. And they're like, yeah, look how shitty this looked before we...
Yeah.
when we were at the opening stage.
Yeah, but GTA fans are a different breed of...
Shitty?
Yeah, I was trying to think of a better word, but...
That's rude. You're talking to one.
I just thought it was huge. I mean, I hope that... I'm sure the game is still going to be good.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been working on it for 10 years.
Yeah, they've been working on it for 10. It's probably another like 2 or 3 away from coming out.
Yeah, right.
So whatever leaked may not even resemble anything we see when the game actually comes out.
Yeah, that's fine by me. I really don't care. Whoever was going to buy it is still going to buy it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially, if it's like 2 or 3 years down the road, the game actually comes out, people will forget about this.
Yeah.
Dude, most people have forgotten about it already, just like me.
Forgot about what? Dre?
Oh, you guys are good.
That was a segue.
Boom.
Perfect. And then we'll segue right into a bunch of a bunch of reviewers got their hands on the PSVR 2, and there's some early buzz about it, and it's all very positive.
Reviewers, they pay to do reviews.
Yeah, people who got the free shit.
Yeah, it's true. You got to take it with a grain of salt, I guess. But
I
all we can really say is early reports are positive.
I'm still want to buy one.
Yeah, it looks pretty sweet. There's a lot of games coming out for it, too, apparently.
I hope
on
there's
day
a
one.
shooter just like Frank and Mac got into in Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh, jeez. That'd be sick.
It'd be so cool.
I just want to play Call of Duty VR.
I'm doing a renovation at the house. I took down a wall. It's going to be like a bigger sitting area room so I can hook up my VR again. And I'm really looking forward to just fucking playing a terrifying horror game with that headset on.
Was it a load-bearing wall?
My house is still together, so no.
Not yet. Wait till it snows.
No, it wasn't a load-bearing wall. There's still all the posts are up as they should be.
All right. Yeah.
Thanks for asking.
Yeah.
Oh, man, good stuff.
But yeah, so PSVR 2, I'm excited for it.
They still don't have a date for it, right?
No date, no price. They just said Q1 2023, but I think they're just saying that in case like production slows. I think they learned from their PS5 mistake, and they're going to have a lot more on hand when it comes out.
I doubt it.
Nah, probably not. That's wishful thinking. But I can believe it, right? If I believe it, it's fine.
Yeah, if you will.
Let me have it for
dream.
now. I just got an email, and I wasn't planning on talking about this, but did you guys ever get an email from Sony? Well, it's from like a third party saying you can answer questions for other gamers for money.
No, sounds like a scam.
Yeah.
It really does sound like a scam. I took a look into it, and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. But it was something like you sign up to the service, and you help people answer questions about the PlayStation 5 or whatever, and then for each response, you get like $1 or something like that. I'm like, that's not worth my time.
Sounds like they're outsourcing that old tip hotline thing that they used to do in the
Oh, yeah.
magazines.
Yeah,
Call for NES tips.
Yeah.
it kind of does, right? Plus, how many questions could you even answer during a day?
Well, if I had nothing else to do.
And who has time to do that? Where do I find all 100 feathers in Assassin's Creed? Just Google it.
It's like, stay on the line, sir.
Well, it's not like a call-in line. I wish it was.
You get paid by the minute, yeah. I'll help somebody out for 3 hours a
So
day.
you get somebody who asks you a question, you Google it, you hyperlink the responses in a response email.
I guess, yeah. It's for people who don't know how to use Google but can use this sort of service.
Yeah, I don't know.
Boomers.
It seems like, I guess if you're super bored and you know a lot about PlayStation, sure. But, yeah not really worth my time.
Right.
I'm glad you felt that way. Your time is more
glad-
important than that.
Really, really cool thing to share. Like, hey, I did this, don't bother. Also, the other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about and see how you guys still feel about it is a game we talked about. It's coming out in December. It just kind of hit me it's coming out soon, but Callisto Protocol.
I know.
Yeah, I'll play it sometime.
It looks real good. I mean, it could still be terrible, but it looks real good right now.
I have a feeling it's going to be short as shit.
Probably.
That'd be such a bummer. We heard about it. When did we hear about it first? Like
When the
2 years
PS5
ago?
was coming out, yeah.
How long was Returnal?
How long to play it?
Yeah.
I still haven't beat it.
Oh, I was going to say, maybe about that long.
I don't know. It just gets really hard at the end. I should put that back in, though.
I actually thought you beat it.
No.
Oh, yeah, we're talking about Callisto Protocol.
I don't know. Well, you could probably beat it in like 3 hours if you were fucking damn good at it, but I don't know. How long was the first fucking Dead Space?
I think that was like, I mean, if you were running around looking for stuff, the nodes and all that bullshit, I don't know, 10 to 15 hours, somewhere in there.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I think it's going to be.
I mean,
like a good 15, 20-hour game.
Just gets a lot harder the more graphics and better stuff you make to make the game longer, because it just takes too much time.
We'll see, I guess. I don't know if I'll buy it first day, but I'll definitely pick it up, maybe on sale.
Yeah, I'm thinking of waiting for the reviews at least, because you know how it is, there's just other games to play, so I'll see how take the temperature on that, see how it goes.
Right? Stick
It's
a
worth it, I'll
thermometer
buy
in
it.
its butt.
There you go, right in the butthole.
Yup.
But that's all I got for video game news / stuff. So how about we get into the game? How does that sound? How about it?
Let's fucking do it. Is it spooky?
Which game are we doing?
We are doing Cry of Fear.
Ooh, sounds spooky.
Yeah, apparently it was a Half-Life mod originally that turned into its own game, and it has a very dedicated community on the internet.
Apparently it's free to play online, right?
Yeah.
I've never heard of this game until
Me
I
neither.
figured out. I think I'm just grabbing games now by going over YouTube channels and like top 10 overrated games of PS2 or whatever.
Yeah, I hear you.
So it was released February 22nd, 2012. #1 song in the country. I'm thinking taking a little bit of a...
You said I could only guess if it was between
I
2012 and
know,
2014.
Realize what happened after I said it.
He's trying to do it something different here.
Yeah, I figure that, giving you guys clues is fun and all that, but the only real way for me to showcase my talent is to sing the song and see if you guys can get it.
Oh, that's
Jesus Christ.
beautiful. I love this idea.
Okay, whoever gets it first gets, I don't know.
What if nobody gets it?
We're not gonna.
3 Poppascotch nickels. That's what you get.
Oh, I hope there wouldn't.
We used to call him a Poppascotch nickel.
That is like a fucking Dickens character. All right. You guys ready? Remember, this song came out February 22nd, 2012. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Stand a little taller.
That's
Doesn't
Beyonce.
mean I'm lonely when I'm alone. No, it's not Beyonce.
It sounds just like her.
Thank you.
I know what song it is, but I can't think it because it just makes me think Cartman's singing
Stronger by somebody.
it. Yeah.
Ooh, that's a half credit. You know who sings the song Stronger? American Idol winner.
Kate Bosworth.
God damn it, you're so close. Kelly Clarkson.
She sing that song?
Apparently.
She sure did.
He looked it up.
I did. I looked it up and I practiced my singing clearly.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
And if you think that sounded like Cartman, that's what they're all going to sound like. So get used to that. And then for movies, I'm going to change it up a little bit. I'm going to do the tagline first.
Nice.
Which all of them are very dumb. This is going to be fun. And then after that, if you don't get it, I'm going to do the summary of the movie.
All right.
Okay.
So this movie, again, February 22nd, 2012. The tagline, what are you capable of? Not all heroes are super.
That movie with...
Rainn Wilson.
I was thinking the guy who does Rocket's voice.
Not all heroes are super. What was the first one?
What are you capable of? Not all heroes are super.
Daredevil.
Incorrect.
He's kind of a super.
Well, I was thinking like handy capable superhero. I don't know.
Oh.
All right, you guys ready for the summary?
Yeah.
3 high school friends gain superpowers
Stop.
after making...
Super 8?
No.
No.
Ugh.
Oh, God damn it. You're so close.
It does begin with a C, right?
It sure
I
does.
just watched it.
Yeah. Where they
Super 8's kind of like
where
that,
they
right?
make the cameras float around.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Super 8 is... Yeah, they came out about the same time. Pretty spiritually similar.
Yeah.
Come on, Chump Slap. I know you got it. There's
Cowabunga
people...
dude.
It's not cow. There are people screaming at you at their Spotify things right now.
It's a word that means Fuck, I have no idea.
Convergence.
Something like that.
The movie is Chronicle.
Damn it.
That was the #1 movie?
Sure
It
was.
was pretty
in
big,
February
I guess.
22nd,
10 years
2012.
ago. Yeah.
All right.
And then this day in history, February 22nd, 1980, the Miracle on Ice. The U.S. beat the Soviets in the Olympic semifinal game.
Yeah, take that, Soviets.
And then they went on to lose the gold medal game.
Yeah, because
Well, the U.S. didn't. We won the gold medal game.
I don't know. I was making shit up.
the Soviets lost it.
Yeah.
They sure did. They got the bronze. What a bummer. So it was released for PC, developed by Team Psycholar. It's a Swedish company, so this word has a lot of consonants right in a row.
Okay.
Psycholar.
Sykes holla.
Holla! It's a first-person shooter survival horror game, and this week I picked it. So how about I just get into it? Is that okay? Is that cool? You guys
Please.
fine with
Yeah,
that?
please do.
Okay, I think I'm gonna have to do a suicide warning before this fucking episode.
Whoa.
Well,
You need some
yeah.
help, Poppascotch.
No, this game talks a lot about suicide. In fact, it starts with a disclaimer right when you kick on the game. It says this game, and I quote, "This game contains violence and gore and can cause fear, depression, heart failure, and suicide.
Cause heart failure?
Users and viewers' discretion is advised." If it's causing suicide, wouldn't that be murder? It's causing the murder.
No.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
does
No.
it cause suicide? Like,
Not in
fucking-
Sweden.
All right. Well, you got me there.
I think,
I'm not up on my Swedish law.
I mean, I could be entirely wrong here, but that has to be like a mistranslation, right?
Cause
It could be.
suicidal thoughts, maybe they could say. You can't cause suicide. Well,
Do video games really cause you to think about anything like that?
sometimes I contemplate using a bow and arrow every time I play Horizon.
Yeah, you're like, I could set up some fucking targets in my backyard. But then, no, that's crazy. That's crazy. I don't need a compound bow. That's crazy. Yeah, been there. I saw this before, because, you know, I knew nothing about this game going into watching the video. I came in blind, and I just assumed this was like some of that, like, hype man carnival barker bullshit.
Yeah.
Like when they parked ambulances at screenings of The Exorcist, like that kind of shit.
Right.
And then as the game went on, I'm like, oh, this is just a fucking bummer with the emo kid that sucks.
Yeah.
It's like almost every other horror game that comes out.
Before we
it's
even get into it, I'm going to assume, Syintist, you fucking hate this guy.
Hate Simon.
Yeah.
He seems like a dick.
Interesting. So it takes place in an unspecified Swedish city. Everyone used context clues to assume it was Stockholm. So we can just go with that, right? We'll just-
Oh, yeah.
I didn't assume that at all, but
No, I just figured it was Sweden somewhere.
Well, the Swedish team is the one that made it, and I believe people who live there in Sweden have said that parts in the game are based on places in Stockholm. So
Okay. Well, yeah, I'll
I'll
believe
take their
that.
word for it.
Never been.
All right. It'd probably be pretty sweet though.
I know, right? I want to go now.
Too many white people.
So true.
You're not wrong. So your main character is Simon. That's who you play as. Your character's walking down the street in a cutscene, and then in the short distance away, you see an old man just lying on the ground in pain.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, oh, gee, like, what the hell happened here? Like, what is going on? So Simon runs up to, like, check on him, like, are you okay? Like, what's going on? And then a car accelerates towards him, and we cut away right before it hits him.
Yeah, I guess we're to assume that it did hit him.
Would you not call for help first?
This was 10 years ago. Oh, yeah, I guess cell phone.
Yeah, because one of the mechanics in the game is you walking around with a cell phone. Like, you get texts and stuff. You'd think you
Right.
would.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't. At the same time, it happened very fast. Like, he saw the guy, ran up, are you okay? And then the car came.
Yeah, you're not going to call an ambulance if it's just some guy who tripped and twisted his ankle, you know?
Plus, he was talking. He was like, oh,
Yeah.
help.
That's not talking, though.
He was saying help.
Or is that your Swedish? Like
Ooh,
the chef.
Swedish help.
Simon has this, like, fever dream of random images, including a psych ward, beating up some other dude, random crazy messages, just fever dream shit. So after that, we get put in a world of darkness. I very much got the Pooh World vibe from Silent Hill.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
All right.
And the vibe, I don't think that's exactly what's happening, but
Yes.
we get to Simon where his camera flashes in the dark, He hits on like a random lit up area. They're made of white X's. It reveals doors and secrets, and it's creepy, and there's jump scares. And then Simon comes to in an alley.
I just actually took that as the tutorial on how to do things.
Oh, yeah. Makes sense because there's like little X's like point and click at this. Yeah.
Yeah, I assume that's how it was, but I actually went back and re-added talking about that section because he goes in and out of these weird dreams.
Yeah.
And like, there are theories about this game, and we'll get into it, but I just assume the whole game happened in his head. But people postulate that there's like a viral outbreak.
Oh, jeez.
I know.
Well, there are monsters and stuff, right?
And then like a lot of people reference the doctor, who we'll get to, and he's not exactly all there.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to it. So you wake up in an alley, and then you look at your phone, you get a message that says, "Look to the right," and a door opens. So Simon realizes he's dealing with something weird here, so he walks through and gets immediately jumped by some kind of wild-ass monster with a hammer.
Mm-hmm.
And then the monster gets away, either by just disappearing or just running away. Simon tries to call the cops, no signal, and then as he continues on, he finds a body holding a gun in the ceiling, takes the gun, and he's off to start the game, basically.
Yeah, gun from ceiling arm.
If you got a text that said, "Look to your right," and the door opened up, would you go?
Would you look to your right at all?
I would think
That's a great
if I got
question.
that message, I would think it's somebody who's like,
Watching you.
or like, hey, I haven't seen him in a while. I'd probably do it if I ran into somebody at the mall I haven't seen in a while, like, hey, man, look over here.
Yeah.
But he'd know the number, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily think it was sinister right away, but if I woke up from being supposedly hit by a car in an alley, I might be a little
Yeah, because he got
more
hit by,
guarded.
It's very Saw vibey.
he got hit by a car in the street and then wakes up and like somebody drug him there afterwards, right? That's like what I would assume if that was me, you know?
Yeah, I hear you. I'm right there with you.
Yeah, I don't know.
So Simon continues going on through different floors and elevator in this building. He sees... He goes into this one area and he sees a syringe on a table. He sees a VHS tape. He plays the VHS tape and he sees this guy in the room he was just in where he got the tape, getting tortured, and then gets his head cut off by some fucking head shears.
Head shears, nice.
And there's a lot of puzzles in this game. This guy had a key code on him, and you also find a key in a bathtub with a dead guy and a whole bunch of blood. I'm not going to go through every key and all this bullshit that you find.
That's all horror games are keys to get keys.
Yeah.
Just keys to get artifacts that fit in keyholes. It's just how it is.
If I found a guy dead in a bathtub full of blood and there was a key, like, where was the key? Like, laying on his chest? I ain't touching that.
No, that's the last thing I'm doing, is touching evidence.
And for some reason, when he said head shears,
I just really want to believe, like, if that is me in that moment, I'll walk in, look, see, try to register what's happening, and be like, I'm not touching shit. Like,
No. Cops can deal with this.
yeah, this is not my job category. I don't even know who this guy is.
I shouldn't even be in this room.
And then Simon continues on, and he sees this pinhead-looking dude who starts to attack you with a chainsaw, and then the dude's like, okay, cool, and then just kills himself with the chainsaw.
Yeah.
Simon reacts by going, my God, and then vomiting everywhere and passing out, which is, I'd probably do that.
That's probably right down the alley of what I do, yeah.
Yeah.
You see a guy cut his own head off with a chainsaw.
it's got to be hard to do.
I'd pass out. I'd be like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, how far do you think you'd get in, really, before your hand goes off that gas, you know what I mean?
I don't know.
We should spend the rest of the podcast talking about just that.
I think
People
it might
would love it.
work. You know, when your body just like tense up and maybe.
It's got to be hard to hold a chainsaw backwards.
That's true. It's not designed to be held like that.
Huh, well, I didn't even think of that, but yeah.
And then after Simon just finished vomiting everywhere, he comes to and he sees this doctor with a gas mask on from like World War II, like the trenches gas masks.
That's World War One.
Whatever.
Well, you're right. They did have some trenches in World War II. It just wasn't the
They
trench
still
war.
have gas masks too.
And then the doctor's a little timid. He's like, doesn't want a thing. He's like, I don't even know if you're real, dude. That's what the doctor says to you. And he's like, I just don't want to turn into one of these things. So I'm fucking out. Yeah. So he leaves. And you're like, oh, okay, he's the only like human I've seen in a while. And then as you continue on, you find him sawing off some other guy's head. And he's like, geez, not you again.
You wacky bastard.
Here I go
Like-
killing again.
Like, he's annoyed he sees another person. Like, God, I'm trying to murder here.
Yeah.
And you come in my business, like, trying to figure out what's going on. I don't have time for this. And then you fight a monster and you take the key from the monster. There's a bunch of monsters around here. And you get into some kind of, I just have it written here, I don't know how else to explain it, a hallucinogenic field hallway sequence where all the walls are covered in blood.
Right.
Yeah, very Silent Hill-y.
Yeah, that's what I wrote here. Silent Hill, Pooh World, that whole situation. And then you get out of it back into the streets of the town, and you just assume the doctor, like, did something to you, like drugged you or something like that, because he was wearing a gas mask.
Yeah, that's the first thing I'd think. I'd be like, why? I should have a gas mask.
Yeah, if I see people with gas masks on, my first reaction would be like, fuck, should I have a gas mask? Absolutely. Absolutely. And then you're back in the real world. Then you see a guy with a chainsaw attack, another one. And I believe this is the bad guy that's referred as Carcass.
I thought Carcass was the guy who was pulled up by the chains.
Oh, shit, that could be it, too. I got very confused because I read the synopsis, and it
wasn't very clear.
It wasn't clear who Carcass was in the video.
Right.
Yeah, you might be right, because Carcass came after Sophie, I think. All right, that's just some other chainsaw guy. So you get a phone call, and it's from your old friend Sophie.
Friend, in quotes.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone you knew or are friends with or whatever. Simon makes it real weird real fast.
Yeah, he does.
He goes to this roof, he sees Sophie, and he's like, hey, I might be losing my goddamn mind. I'm seeing monsters. I'm seeing doctors cut people's heads off. I'm seeing wild shit. And she's like, I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That would be the worst part of this so far.
Yeah. I'd be like, oh, shit.
Yeah, then I would be like, oh, boy, something's really wrong.
It's like, can you take me to a mental ward?
Yeah, something.
Yeah, I don't want to accidentally kill one of these monsters, and it's like a high school basketball star,
right.
you know? And like, oh, boy, yeah, take me somewhere. I need a rubber room. So then everything seems normal. She's actually concerned, you know? She's like, hey, this is rough, blah, blah, blah. You chat for a while, and then Simon decides this is a great time to be like, hey, I've always had a crush on you.
That's a little creepy.
Ooh,
I like her response, though.
yeah, about that.
And she says, you're the only guy that was like super nice to me. And sorry, bro, but, you know, I thought we were just friends.
Ooh, friend zone pretty hard.
Hard immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And then Simon's like, what? And then she talks a little bit more, but at the end of it, she just goes, you know what? I just kind of want to get away from all this. Not necessarily the conversation you were just having, but all of this I took as the greater all of this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it doesn't make you feel good if you're the guy who said, hey, I have a crush on you. She's
It's like, oh, really?
Yeah.
That makes me feel...
I'd rather be dead.
Yeah, I'd rather walk off this roof.
Yeah, so she fucking does that and just walks right off the goddamn roof.
I gotta say, I didn't see that coming.
No, that's pretty sweet.
No, I did not either. And then some wild monster appears with the small legs attached to the floating chains. This is Carcass, right? Is this Carcass?
I think this is Carcass.
Yeah, I think so, because they come back.
Yeah. Yeah, you can either run away from him or kill him here.
Oh, this is that. Okay, so this is the moment. I believe it's here. It might have been a little later, but there's this pivotal moment that determines the ending of the game. It's one of those games.
Yeah.
So it depends what you do when you meet Carcass, and in this moment, you can either fight him and kill him or subdue him, or you could run away. Yeah. That's going to become important later.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get this brief flashback of Simon saying he loves Sophie, and then her being just terrified and saying, let me go. And then, bam, you're in the subway system.
Boom.
What?
Yeah, very strange.
This game's kind of all over the place.
It's almost exactly like Silent Hill.
You don't think Dr. Gas Mask will show up again, do you?
I don't know. What do you think?
Oh my God, he just does.
Oh, shit. He's shooting some guy and saying, oh, well, you would have killed me, too.
Yeah.
I just put walking around talking to himself, killing people.
Yeah.
Really reminds me of just like a random splicer walking around from BioShock.
Yeah, right.
That's the vibe I was getting from this guy. A lot of this game, it feels like it pulls from a lot of stuff. Like, it felt like BioShock. It felt like as you were playing the game, it like a little Fury.
Right. Okay, yeah.
I got that vibe. Silent Hill for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you get another flashback with a bunch of doctors talking about how Simon was mentally disturbed, quote, before the accident, unquote.
Oh, no.
What could that mean? Do you guys think that'll come back later?
Probably.
I doubt it. It's just a flashback.
It is
Yeah,
a
you're
horror
right.
game, though.
So then eventually Simon gets out of the subway. He hops on a train, And on the train, he's kind of trying to figure it all out. It doesn't make any sense to him. His mom's been calling him, asking him to come home. So he's like, you know what? I'm hallucinating. Or I'm losing my mind. None of this is happening. No one else seems affected by it. Or this is all real and the world's gone completely insane. And he's very confused. He doesn't know what to do. And then all of a sudden, the train car falls off what appears, it like starts going off a cliff.
Yeah, just like a hole in the track.
Yeah, just like a whole, like fucking cartoon style, just a huge pit.
Right.
And it's about to fall off. He jumps off the last moment. And he appears to be in some kind of like dark forest somewhere. And then he looks to the side and Simon sees the doctor entering a building, which we later find out is an asylum. So Simon's like, this is a great idea. I'm going to follow him in.
Makes sense.
You confront the doctor. This is also the second pivotal moment that'll determine your ending.
Mm-hmm.
You confront the doctor, and he's like, okay, I want a gun. And you need to go on a fetch quest, and you need to get me a gun from the bowling alley, and then if you do that for me, I will give you a key. And then you can do one of two things. You can either say, hey, I already got a gun, here you go. Or you can say, dude, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
And then either way, no matter which one you pick, the doctor betrays you and then shoots you in the arm. The only difference immediately is that if you gave him the gun, you get a bigger health penalty when he shoots you because you're an idiot.
The idiot penalty.
That's fair.
I think that's reasonable, guys. I
Gun
really
for
do.
a key? Yeah, never take that deal.
Never. Kids, if you learn anything from Plotty Time, never trade your gun for a key. So you continue on and you follow him and you get in a gunfight and you end up killing the good old doctor. You never see his face or anything like that. He's just dead now. And then you get another flashback with Simon and a therapist saying, pills just won't help. We want to try cognitive therapy. And then he suggests that Simon maybe, writes a little book about how he feels.
It's a journal, I think. But
Well,
Journal.
That's not what
document.
Simon took as.
yeah, that's what I took it as, but he wrote it as.
Yeah, like a fiction
novel.
book. Yeah.
Right. So then we get back to his reality and he head stomps the doctor to death.
Mm-hmm.
Then he's like, all right, cool, rowboat. So he gets in a rowboat in a nearby lake.
You're not even exaggerating. That's exactly what happens.
Yeah, it just came out of nowhere. I had to rewind. I was like, did I miss something?
Yeah, me
What the
too.
fuck?
Like, can I doze off there for a second?
Dude, do you know where the old asylum is? Oh, it's in between the chasm where the train ends and the fucking lake. Real easy to find. So then you get in this rowboat and you go back to, I don't know, town? I guess this is a peninsula situation or something like that. So you get back into the town, your hometown where you live, and then you decide to go home. So you get there, you expect to see your mother, but the house is completely empty. And then as he continues into the house, he finds his old memory book, which is the thing the doctors had him write, and it triggers this crazy flashback. And then in the flashback, we get a reveal that this whole thing was in his mind, and these monsters were embodiments of his trauma, or at least that's what one of the doctors is saying.
Right.
That tracks.
And then it turns out in what is the real world, after the car accident, Simon was confined to a wheelchair.
Makes sense.
And then that's where the doctor said, hey, put your feelings in this journal book. And then you beat the shit out of yourself in a wheelchair, but the wheelchair you have has telepathic powers.
Well, the
I
wheelchair
don't remember
doesn't have
that.
telepathic powers.
Well,
You
that's true.
beat yourself while your health goes down as you're killing yourself in the wheelchair.
It's a mirror fight. I should have probably clarified that. You don't just sit there and final boss with the X button punching yourself in the
He
face.
did say beat yourself in
That's
the wheelchair. And I was
That's
confused
true.
for a second, even though I saw the game.
Well, the fun fact is I read that off being like, wait, what happens here? And then it clicked in after I read those words. So the wheelchair you has telepathic powers against you in the mirror fight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So then we get to the endings.
Ooh, fire them at us.
We got 4 different ones and a ridiculous hidden ending that doesn't make any sense.
All right, go on.
All right.
So in the first ending, I'm pulling these immediately from Wikipedia because they summarize it way better than I ever would.
Yeah.
So in the first ending, if Carcass was not killed and Simon did not give the gun to the doctor, he kills Sophie by pushing her off the building, his therapist, and then himself.
Right.
And then he leaves a suicide note stating that he would have killed more people if it weren't for his disability. and wishes that the people who find his body are haunted by it for the rest of their life.
He doesn't
Right.
throw her off the building because the cops find her in his bathtub.
Yeah.
He said that he killed Sophie, so I guess you're right.
Yeah. Because there are like 3 different screens that flash when the suicide note's being read, and one's of the cops finding her in the bathtub.
Gotcha. So then, what a cool guy.
Yeah, real neat.
And then the next ending, if Carcass wasn't killed, but Simon did give the gun to the doctor, he still kills Sophie himself, and in his suicide note, he apologizes to his therapist, thanks him for his help, explains that he killed Sophie so he could have her all to himself since he never got over the rejection.
Completely normal stuff.
Yeah, real cool dude.
Some real incel shit going on over here.
Yeah, seriously.
And then if Carcass, for the third ending, if Carcass was killed and Simon did not give the gun to the doctor, he kills his doctor, the therapist, then himself, and in his suicide note, he says that the doctor's therapy only made things worse, and he begs for Sophie not to know what he's done, as if people aren't going to figure it out that he killed himself.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, this guy who killed himself and another guy doesn't want us to say anything, so we'll keep our mouths shut.
Yeah, Joe. No, just don't tell everybody but Sophie.
There you go.
I mean, I'm not an expert on Swedish law, but I don't think that's how it works.
And then for the final ending, if Carcass was killed and Simon did give the gun to the doctor, Simon, right before he kills himself, is confronted by the book Simon.
Right.
So the player, which is us playing the game, takes control of the real Simon, chases down and kills fake book Simon in a shootout. So another mirror fight, but a shootout.
Mm-hmm.
Comes to his senses, Simon realizes he's had a mental episode, so instead of killing himself, he kills 2 police officers that were checking in on him.
Makes sense.
And then he gets admitted to a mental hospital for the rest of his life, where his therapist continues to look after him. Sophie, despite how much Simon hurt her, decides to visit him. Simon's hopeful about the future and finally at peace with his demons. So he finishes his book.
And Sophie does not date him. She does find somebody else.
Yeah.
At that ending too.
Yeah, none of these endings are really.
Well, the one he survives. That's it. That's it. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, and in every version, he takes people with him.
Yeah.
No, except for, I guess, the best ending is him just killing himself and his therapist. That's the fewest number of deaths.
Well, 2 cops.
That's true. And then there's this wild hidden ending, which I'll just go over. It's not. I assume it's not canon. It's just some nonsense, because if you finish the game at least once and you place a mysterious package addressed to Simon in a mailbox, at the end of the game he'll arrive home. He found it delivered. He opens it up and finds pills. He takes them and ends up at the location from their previous game, Afraid of Monsters.
Yeah.
Collar's previous game is called Afraid of Monsters. And at the end of the game, the car that hit him is actually driven by a guy by the name of David Leatherhoff, who's the main character in Afraid of Monsters.
Right.
It's just a way for them to call back their last game.
Yeah, just like here's a little Easter egg if you beat it twice.
Yeah, and then he apologizes to Simon for being stoned and
I didn't see that coming. I liked it.
Yeah, when they show him at the ending too, he's speaking only in text and using a lower quality model, just like he would have appeared in the previous game.
Yeah.
Which I guess that's neat if you're a real big fan.
Yeah, I guess if you knew all that shit, right?
Yeah, so that's it.
Fantastic.
That's the game. We got through it. That game was a fucking bummer.
Yeah,
it really was.
I'm still kind of confused about what are they trying to say with this game? Or are they just supposed to be weird for weird's sake?
It's just
dealing with trauma.
One guy's journey into madness.
Oh, that's very poetic.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thank you.
Did you steal that from a movie?
It's been said 1,000 times, I'm sure.
Well, maybe you can keep going off that insanely insightful thing, and you could tell us your final thoughts in the game.
Oh yeah, cool. You got some questions or something? Give me a little structure.
Just
here.
Fire off.
Oh, okay.
Sure. Did watching this video make you want to play the game now?
I did. It's coming, guys.
Yeah.
Did the story work for you?
Would you have a cow?
I'm trying to think of literally any other word that rhymes with cow.
Should the writers take a bow?
Yeah, there you go. I was thinking bow too. That's the only other thing I came up with.
Should the writers Did the story work for you and you believe the writer should take a bow? And then out of 27 stars, what do you think would really give you that factor, wow?
Should have just went with cow, dude.
Should have just went with it. Everyone wanted it. We all were waiting for it.
You're right. I can't let him down like that. I gotta figure out new ways to come out with cow.
All right. Well, no, I didn't want to play it after that.
Bunga slap, cow.
Nice. I didn't want to play it. It didn't look that good. It was old. And
That was the whole 10 years.
yeah, but it just didn't look. It didn't even look like 10 years old. It looked older.
Just Half-Life. So
yeah, so it is older. Yeah. Story work for me. I mean, yeah, I guess. I really don't know why that guy hit him in the first place. Who was that? Was that the doctor?
I think it was just somebody who a drunk driver or something that hit him by accident and that crippled him.
Oh yeah, because you're only really seeing it from his point of view.
Yeah.
And it just looked like a guy was very menacingly pointed at him and killed him. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
All right, yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, story. It was okay. Like I said, it's one man's descent into madness. Seen it 1,000 times.
Sure.
And
Lived
it was spooky. So
a little bit.
yeah, I don't know. I guess it was okay. Out of 27 stars. I don't know. This wasn't really that good, but I mean, it did tell a story, I guess. We didn't really get to see many characters.
No, we did not.
There's only 3, really.
Yeah. And you're only really getting them from one man's point of view. And he's not a reliable narrator, is he?
No.
So, out of 27 stars, I'll give it a good old 6.
Okay.
It was okay. Nothing to write home about. Average.
Okay, well, that'll take us then to Dr. Syintist, see what he thinks about the game.
Oh, yeah? Do you have some cow questions?
I got a couple.
Chump Slap's got... Yeah, Chump Slap, save me. What do you got?
Did watching his video make you want to download the game from 2Cow? Remember that website back in the day, 2Cow?
Oh, jeez.
Sure, I sure do.
Was the story pretty good, or did it make you have a cow?
Nice.
Out of 27 stars, how many would you give this cow?
Nice.
Would I
Thank you.
play it? Nah, not my type of game.
No.
You know how that rolls.
Yeah.
The story worked for me. I thought it was all right. It's some guy trying to deal with trauma and get over some things that have happened to him. I don't know if being friend zoned is that much of a trauma as much as being crippled, but
Yeah, how old was this guy?
I don't know.
I think early 20s.
Seemed like 16.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he was older than 16.
I don't know.
But it's just some guy trying to deal with trauma. Thought it was handled pretty well. Comparatively to some of these, a lot of these horror games do that with mental issues
Right.
and try and dealing with them. It's going to lose some points because there isn't a happy ending. I mean, it's kind of,
That's fair.
if you're someone who has some kind of issue, I don't know how to say it right.
Yeah,
And
it's
you
not,
play
it
this
doesn't give
game,
you any hope.
There's no like happy ending in it at all.
Right.
Even if he deals with his traumas, he's still taking a couple people with him and ending up in a hospital.
He still accidentally kills 2 cops and goes to...
I don't think it's an
mental
accident, but
Well, yeah.
but otherwise it was pretty good. I thought it's hard to find a game that blows this kind of topic out of the water and does it work extremely well.
Right.
But I'll give it 7 stars. I think it's a little average
Yeah, right?
type game.
So average.
All right, 7 it is.
I think the ending could have been better. Probably would have bumped it up to a 9 or an 8.
Okay.
But just being a downer on every single aspect, and plus it was just a mod of Half-Life. So
Yeah, fair enough.
So Poppascotch, why don't you tell us about this cow?
Okay, I don't remember exactly what I'm supposed to say, though. Just that cows are involved.
Did this video make you want to play a Half-Life game? Mod. There we go. Was the story pretty good? Or did you say, oh, God? And out of 27 stars, how many would fit in this pod?
Oh, I think
Nice.
all of those were new.
I know, right?
No, barely any cows to be seen. Not bad. So, would I play this game? I don't think so, just because, yeah, I mean, it's a little dated, and it's off the Half-Life engine, which, that's not necessarily anything bad, but I don't know. It's just, it really felt like the first-person shooter aspect of it did not mesh with the story being told.
Right.
Which I thought was kind of jarring.
Yeah.
So, no, I wouldn't play it. Did the story work for me? I thought it was a very touchy subject, told in an interesting way, and I was on board, and I liked it, and I liked what was going on until they brought in the whole disability thing, where he's like, well, my life isn't worth living, so I'll just kill myself or murder cops. And and that's, come on. This is a thing we talked about. It happens in games and stuff a lot, where it's like, oh, my life is obviously terrible because I'm differently abled.
He had problems before the accident, they say. So
that's true. He did. I think that this is also a game where you can go very deep into postulating wild-ass theories about what everything represented, which is fun to do, but ultimately doesn't go anywhere. So, out of 27 stars, I think there's good stuff in here. I think it's impressive that it was a game done by not a lot of people. The voice acting in parts was rough, but that's because, smaller cast. And I really, really hated, though, all of his endings, like the diatribes, because he was like screaming and saying everything was just not worth doing whatever. Anyway, so I'm going to give it a 5.
Okay.
I didn't love it. There's a lot more stuff I hated than liked, but I feel like, this is a story podcast. We're just talking about the story. If I talked about the overall game and the whole experience, that would probably be much higher because of the gameplay. And I keep hearing like the vibe of it was really great, which doesn't come across when we just do story stuff.
All right.
So
there you go. It's got an 18.
There we go. So to give you an idea, we gave Afterfall and Sanity an 18.
They were about the same.
Yeah,
and we gave Resistance 2 a 19. That's also in that same neighborhood.
Yeah, sounds about right. Almost perfect.
The system works.
It's not a perfect one.
No, it's not a perfect 18, of course. But
No, but the system works. I think we've proven that empirically several times over by now.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see some evidence that it doesn't work.
I agree. So I guess then if we got nothing else to say about this game, we can go ahead and move into our favorite segment of every week, which is Dr. Syintist Classic 90s Album Lock of the Week.
Can't get enough of that 90s rock or the rap or the other stuff that came out in the 90s.
I like that. You should definitely cut that and use that in the beginning of all of them.
Every week, we ask Dr. Syintist for 100% guaranteed amazing 90s album recommendation. He's never let us down. I don't think he's even capable of doing such.
No.
Probably not.
So this week, Dr. Syintist, what do you got for us?
We got a debut album released on May 21st, 1996.
May 21st, Okay.
The original name of this band included the name of a famous doctor, but they dropped it because it was hard to spell and annoying, and the lawyer said, you probably shouldn't have this in your name.
Dr. Kevorkian's Suicide Machines.
Yeah, what's the name of the album?
Oh, snap. Fuck. I don't know, but it's that black and white cover, right? Just like,
Poppascotch, can you jump in and steal it?
Destruction by Definition.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it.
Woo! Yeah, that's it. Damn, take that. I used to love that album.
It's a great album. I like it too.
Yeah, Break the Glass,
Islands.
New Girl,
Vans.
Yeah. Vans in my head. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually picked that because it came on randomly on my thing. I was like, I'll just use that album.
Yeah, it's classic, dude.
Starts with New Girl.
It's classic around our parts in high school.
Yeah.
It's pretty classic. I mean, New Girl was on the first Tony Hawk. Like, you don't get bigger than that.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah. Fucking A, man. Good stuff.
Great album. Great album.
Listen to it. It's a great album.
Yeah, check it out. Suicide Machines.
Destruction by Definition. But that's going to take us to our favorite segment of every week, which is Chump Slaps. Who would win in a fight?
Who's going to win in this fight? I don't know, but I'm right.
Oh, I thought you said I might.
Good. Also excellent. So we give Chump Slap 3 who would win the fight scenarios, one from the game we just talked about, one from gaming in general, and one from history or celebrity. Oh boy, this week's a little thin on the characters, just by number. So I guess we'll say who would win a fight between Simon and the doctor with no weapons, just hand-to-hand combat?
Post-accident Simon or pre-accident Simon?
Ambulatory Simon.
I'm going to have to go with Simon because he's probably younger than the doctor, and he's wild. He's wily.
He's crazy and kills people.
Yeah,
There's no situation where he doesn't kill somebody.
Yeah, he's got some problems.
That's a good point. I mean, the doctor, though, is out here sawing people's heads off.
Well, that's just in his book.
Oh, yeah.
Is it?
Oh.
That's how I took it.
Maybe you got that from life. Right about what you know.
Maybe.
Right about what you know.
I'm going with Simon, though.
All right. Well, there you go. Simon it is. So, from gaming in general, I'm kind of through my list at this point of the year.
You only got a couple weeks to go.
I know, right?
Well, I still got a couple up my sleeve, but I don't remember if I've done them or not. I don't think I've done this one. So this week, who do you think would win the fight between Ryu from Street Fighter fame or Scorpion from Mortal Kombat?
Scorpion. Come on, man. Scorpion's got a fucking chain. He's made of skeletons.
A skeleton.
He spits fire, dude.
Well,
and Ryu can Hadouken, though.
Yeah.
He does throw fire.
That's true.
He's got some kind of mystical shit going on there.
I'm still going with Scorpion because Scorpion's already dead, undead, whatever.
He can teleport and shit.
Yeah, he can teleport. And he's got fatalities. I've never seen Ryu kill anybody.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm trying to come up with some positive for Ryu, but...
Nah, you got nothing. He could beat a car up. Ooh.
Yeah, I punched the fuck out of a fucking Ford Taurus.
Yeah.
Tough guy over here. All right, so there it is, Scorpion. And how about from history? We're throwing it way back.
Genghis Khan.
Almost. Who do you think would win in a fair fight between Caesar and Brutus? Brutus famously stabbing Caesar in the back.
Brutus the Barber Beefcake?
No, it's Brumus.
Brumus. I'll take Brumus.
He invented the broom.
I don't know. I think Caesar was a little wuss.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
I don't know. I don't know what either of them look like.
Well, I mean, Brutus did kill him.
Yeah, but he stabbed him in the back.
I mean, that's still killing him.
From the front. It was wild.
You got me from the back, but can you get me from the front?
Yes. Yeah, I'll go with Brutus. E2 Brute.
Well, that's fair enough. Say, somebody has some other thoughts about this, not so much the Caesar-Brutus fight, because no one of our listeners probably cares, but the Ryu-Scorpion fight might have some thoughts. Where could they send that email to, Sir Chump Slap?
Well, send that to plottytime@gmail.com. I'll read and respond, because that's what I do.
Perfect. And if they want to get to us faster on the socials with more swearing and super dope art, where would they do that, Dr. Syintist?
At Plottytime on Instagram or Twitter, or stop by the Reddit with a picture of Scorpion killing
Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
Brutus the Barber Beefcake with Poppascotch ready to stab him in the back and Chump Slap making a burrito.
So these are getting very specific. Can only assume someone asked for a fetish reasons, but you can also go to YouTube, like and subscribe there. It really helps us out. You can buy stuff from going to plottytime.com, which takes us to our 100% legit eBay store. I swear it's legit.
Buy those
guys,
sweatpants. They're fucking really nice.
Durf's up.
Guys, the Durf shirts. Come on. Stop fucking around. Let's move these shirts, all right? My ass is out. I'm gonna have to start giving them away with plastic meatballs or something. That does it for us. So as always, shout out to Blaine J, Drago the Slago, Hamman, and the guy in our hearts, Luis Guzman. Don't trust Dr. Syintist, and we'll talk to you next time. Peace.
Peace. Louis G.